Betty, like millions of Americans, has placed a lot of her savings in a bank-issued certificate of deposit, aka a CD. It was there for a rainy day, and what is left over would pass on to her grandchildren. Betty just received a notice that her CD will renew at 1% for the next year. Unhappy with this, Betty goes to visit her bank to express her disappointment. The bank manager offers Betty a CD paying 2%, but she will have to lock her money up for 5 years, which didn't appeal to Betty. So then, an investment advisor from the bank explains to Betty she could get an annuity that pays 3%, but there would be a 6-year lockup on her money. Betty leaves the bank not very happy and runs to her friend Mary, who had similar issues last year, but had not found a great solution. Mary and Betty meet for coffee, and Betty explains her concerns to Mary that she feels she should be able to earn more with her money without tying it up for years. Mary listens and explains to Betty that she felt the same way last year, and she found a great place for some of her savings where she could earn much more than any CD is paying. In fact, it has been averaging over 6% the last 10 years and has no risk, just like a CD. Mary continues to explain to Betty that she can take money out anytime whenever she needs to, and she can always cancel her contract and get 100% of her initial deposit back at any time. Betty is impressed. What exactly was the savings vehicle she deposited her money in? Mary tells Betty that she put some of her money in a single premium life insurance policy issued by an A-rated insurance company. Mary explained that this is not the normal life insurance policy. It is more of a savings vehicle with extra benefits. Also, Mary explained that she didn't have to take an exam to qualify, and that she isn't even in the best of health. Mary explained further that she deposited $100,000, and her policy came with a 10% bonus and had a death benefit of $250,000 and a cash value of $110,000. Betty told Mary that she doesn't need life insurance now that her children were grown up and had families of their own. Mary said she felt the same way, but that was until she learned that this was a new kind of life insurance policy that offered living benefits, which means that she can use the death benefit while she's still alive. Mary continued to explain how the living benefits work and how she could use death benefits to pay for home health care, assisted living, or nursing home care if her health got bad and needed help. Mary explained how she could receive over $7,000 a month income tax-free if she needed to help pay for home health care, assisted living, or a nursing home stay. Mary also explained that she could use this money any way she wanted, even to pay her granddaughter to take care of her. Betty was impressed that this single premium life insurance policy could safely grow her money, was completely liquid, meaning she could get all of her initial deposit back at any time, and that the death benefit would provide her tax-free money for home health care, assisted living, or a nursing home. And if she never needed to use the money, she would leave her grandchildren $250,000 or more income tax-free. Betty soon realized that this was a much better place for some of her money than a CD or annuity, and called Ken at 888-342-5642 to get a policy started for herself. Betty's advisor Ken explained how the policy works in greater detail, and after the phone interview, Betty was approved for the policy and started making much more with her money than any CD could do. Let's look at what Betty can expect after 10 years. If Betty keeps rolling over her $100,000 in a CD, she could have around $108,000 after 10 years. If Betty moves her money into a single premium life policy, she could reasonably expect to have $175,000 in cash value she can spend or let it keep growing. Also, Betty has access to her funds at any time and is guaranteed to be able to get back her original $100,000 at any time. In addition, Betty will have access to over $7,000 a month tax-free for home health care, assisted living, or nursing home care for 33 months. This money can be used for anything, even living on a cruise ship. If Betty never needs to use the funds in her single premium life policy, she would end up leaving her children and grandchildren over $250,000 tax-free and completely avoids probate. The bank would have to pay Betty much more than 1 or 2% to come close to what the single premium life policy could provide. To find out more on your best CD alternatives, visit www.bestcdoptions.com or call 888-342-5642 and be sure to like us on Facebook. Looking for alternatives? Lazy money. Get to work. Get your lazy money working and have nothing to lose and a lot to gain. Call 888-342-5642 to find out your best options.